Hey, Chicago, what do you say? It's the CHGO Cubs Pregame Show presented by PointsBet. Use that promo code CHGO when you sign up to get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. Luke Stuckmeyer and Cody Del Mendo riding 5 straight series wins with the Cubs. Vibes at a high.
Vibes are high.
Cody, they've won 9 of their last 13 games.
Ooh, what was that, 18 and 11 since the All-Star break, something like that?
I don't want to get you too excited, but yes, they're playing good baseball right now. Cubs with 5 straight games coming up against the Cardinals. Will you make it through this?
Oh, my gosh.
That's what takes you from here to here usually is a game against the Cardinals.
They're coming off getting swept in St. Louis last time they played them. Remember, though, that was right after the trade deadline. They traded all the relievers.
Right.
Look, bullpen still has issues because, they don't have their top relievers. It's just what it is. But, I think that I do think that, they're starting to find roles for guys now. And at that time, there were no roles for anyone in the bullpen.
Yeah, true.
So I do think it helps a little bit. To me, though, the big thing, if the Cubs plan on winning 2 or 3 of these games of this 5-game series, their offense is going to have to show up because the Cardinals' offense is really good. It disgusts me to say that. There's a reason that Yachty's at the bottom of the lineup, though. I'm just saying. And I'm going to save more of that for later, but I had to throw that little jab
Post-game tonight. Stick around.
Yeah. But, the Cardinals' offense is red hot, and they're coming into this series red hot. I mean, they've won – last I checked, they had won 6 in a row. I don't know if they won yesterday, though, off the top of my head. So if they did, then I think that's 7 in a row.
I mean, the Brewers look like they're done.
Yeah. Now they're 5 games back in the division.
I mean, they look like they're done.
Hey, I was wrong about 87 wins, but I feel like I'm pretty right about the Brewers being frauds.
You are.
I do feel like I'm pretty right about that. I did think that it would be Cubs-Cardinals at the end of the year in this division, but I was wrong about the Cubs, but at least I can say I'm right about the Brewers. There's still a lot of season left, but they have been awful since the All-Star break. So, and their schedule is easy too. They got swept by the Pirates. They lost 2 or 3 of the Reds, and now they've lost 2 or 3 to the Cubs. And it's those are the games that team has to win if they plan on winning this division. And the fact they're not even in a wild card spot just makes me laugh a little bit.
All right, let's go to just slight negative news, then good news, and we'll try to keep it on a positive trend. Our Ryan Herrera letting us know that Kyle Hendricks' MRI did show a capsular tear in his shoulder. No surgery, though. Hopes to throw again this year, but realistically, he's focusing on 2023. So at least we know what was going on. Maybe that had something to do with his kind of roller coaster season. I don't know how long it was a problem for, but good news is no surgery. Bad news is you don't want to hear anything about a shoulder with a pitcher that's getting older.
Absolutely. I don't want to say it has anything to do with what happened last year too, but if they couldn't find anything related to this last year, then I don't know. I don't really know how to feel about it. I think last time we talked about Kyle Hendricks, I sat here and was he's kind of becoming an afterthought. But that said, if he's healthy next year and they still have him, then I think you got to put him in the rotation based off, the. Oh, for sure.
But you don't have to make him your 1 or 2 or 3.
Oh, for sure. I think next year he is at best your 5, and that's just to start the year. I don't know if he makes it all the way through, to be honest with you.
Well, I would think he's not going to, throw 200 innings. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Somebody, Jack, and some of the people in the comments asking about tomorrow. Yes. We'll talk about that in postgame as well, but it is Assad, not Killian, tomorrow in the doubleheader.
Yeah.
Another minor league call-up. Alexander Canario, after 2 more homers, up to 31. He's all the way up to AAA. He has stormed through the Cubs farm system, really.
Didn't he start in South Bend this year?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, he's gone all the way up to AAA, and we just mentioned Killian. I'm not sure he might not pass Killian as the most promising guy in that trade with the Giants.
Right. Yeah, listen, he was red hot in July.
He's just as likely as Killian to be on the opening day roster next year.
Yeah, for real. I do think that it's more likely that he doesn't start on the opening day roster next year.
I agree. But what if he goes to Iowa in the last stretch of games, hits like a home run every other game? Then he has a great spring training. They'd have to at least
think about it. Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah, and then if they don't, then people will start, calling for the whole.
Then you wait for him and Brennan Davis to come up. And
it does. It would make things very interesting as far as like, what do you do with Ian Happ? But again, I'm not trying to get too far ahead on that. But it's just very exciting, and in a way, I feel like you can say that the Cubs have already won that Chris Bryant trade. I mean, Chris Bryant's not even on the Giants. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
And, like, we've seen good from Killian. We've seen bad from Killian. And Canario is ranked in the top 10 of the Cubs farm system that Fangraphs has as a top 5. So, whatever. I'm excited about him. I just don't really know. With the roster presented as it is right now, I just don't know how he fits in next year. But it's a good problem to have.
Right.
That's where I'm at with it, is that it's a good problem to have with him. And it's just going to be interesting to see how the Cubs revamp this roster this offseason.
He's a chess piece. He becomes a chess piece that you have that you didn't have before.
Absolutely.
Once you decided Chris Bryant wasn't part of your future, you won the trade.
Yeah.
It was just a matter of what level did you win it at.
Yeah.
Once you decided one guy was not a part of your future, forget it. You chop it off, you move it on, and you go forward. And so that's, if they get two good pieces of it that can be chess pieces or pieces of the roster moving forward, then great. We're also hearing that Brennan Davis now likely headed to South Bend, probably for a short stint, and then back to AAA as fast as possible. So if you want to see Brennan Davis, you could see him in South Bend. You could also possibly see him in Iowa along with Canario for the rest of the season,
which would make Iowa like a
place
destination to go visit, honestly, if you're a Cubs fan.
Even more so than the Field of Dreams game, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting. It is exciting to hear about with Brennan Davis because, I mean, again, remember, 3 months ago, we were like, is this guy even going to play again this year? And here we are. He's about to go to South Bend, probably get, I would say, at least, I don't know what the difference between when their season ends compared to when Iowa's season ends, but I just
Iowa ends earlier usually.
Oh, is it Iowa?
Yeah, I believe so, right?
I'm not exactly sure. But it seems like he ain't gonna be in South Bend very long.
Right.
So, I'm excited to see how that plays out. It's exciting to see some of these guys really get the opportunity to come in here and prove that, hey, we're top prospects for a reason. So, and if they play well, then it only makes me even more optimistic about next year in terms of just being competitive.
You know who's not optical?
Michael
Our
Collado.
guy, Michael. He says Ricketts doesn't play chess, just checkers. Matthew Gregory wants to know how the Monday vibes are going. I mean,
Monday vibes
don't
are good.
the shoes say it all? He's got some fresh gear from Obvious Shirts. He rode his scooter in today.
I ride the scooter in every day, but yeah.
But I mean, you came in today and you were just like,
I walked
wind
in
blowing in your hair like Fabio when you came in here.
Ooh. I walked in and it was like, man, it's a sauna in here.
It is hot in here.
But
as hot as the Cubs are, this studio's even hotter.
Yeah.
This shirt's not even red. It started out white. It's just my blood is coming through this.
His blood is coming through.
It's coming through the shirt at this point.
No, vibes are good though. Like, won 5 in a row. Should have won yesterday. Should be 6 in a row going into tonight, but is what it is. And, the March for 63 is looking good. It's going to start being the March for 70 if this keeps up.
One thing at a time.
But yeah,
one thing at a time.
One game at a time here in terms of just finishing strong. I loved what Nico Horner said over the weekend about, like, how these games still matter and it being a way to attract free agents and stuff like that. And it does help build culture, in my opinion. So these games
So does
matter.
money for free agents.
Absolutely. that does,
so does a lot of money. Either way. I mean, I agree. Winning the games at the end isn't a bad thing as long as you don't screw up your draft status.
Yeah.
For no reason whatsoever. But you can't tell the guys not to try.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, and the draft thing isn't even that big of a deal, too, because it's a lottery now. So, like, the Cubs technically could still get the number 1 pick. It would just be very low odds.
Right. Yeah, true.
They could still get they could still get a top 10 pick.
Yeah.
So, I don't even I don't even really care about that. So, I
but
care.
You do a little bit.
I do a little bit.
You'll be mad if they don't get a top 10 pick.
Yeah, considering how the season has gone, but at the same time, like when you look at it from like how baseball is, like whoever they could have got,
it's a roll of the dice.
Well, it's roll of the dice, and then also like it's not like you'll see the guy right away. It's not like the NBA or the NFL. It's not like you can go and get your quarterback or go get your like generational player and just insert him right away. It's like you're gonna have to wait at least 2 years normally.
Yeah, there aren't too many Chris Sales, Mark Pryors anymore.
Right. And Garrett Crochet, whatever, like that year.
Well, I had a way to make him a Cub.
Yeah, that's true. Well, I'm just saying he got drafted.
I know.
And then the White Sox called him up.
Yeah, they thought he was going to be right out of the gate. What are you betting on tonight?
Ooh, well, I just retweeted the hit parlay to the CHGO Cubs account, but I'll go ahead and read it to you guys. It's we're going 4 guys tonight in the Cubs same game parlay, and to add extra juice, we're rolling with Goldschmidt and Arenado in it, and you know they're going to get hits. They're having great years. But I added Madrigal, and I added Ian Happ. And that comes out to plus 299. Sorry. That comes out to plus.
I thought that was a sound effect you were adding to your pick.
It's just from my computer because I got a text. It comes out to plus 299 on PointsBet, which is my favorite app, Stucky. You know
I know it.
Absolutely.
You know I've got it.
You know, another thing that's coming up,
1/2 of my bets.
You're never going to let me forget that. You know, football season's coming up. It's week 0 in the NFL or in college football this week.
I know. And for the NFL, I need to make some of those futures bets.
Ooh.
I heard there was one on Justin Fields' rushing yards.
There is one.
And that's a tricky one for me because I'm thinking he's going to be running for his life.
Yes.
So he will be gaining yards on scrambles.
Right. I think the over is a lock.
You do?
I do, yeah.
I'm thinking the under might be a lock because originally I was thinking, okay, the over's locked. Then I was like, well, there's no way he's going to make it through the season without being hurt. I don't want to wish it on him, but like when you run for your life, there's also a danger that you're going to get hurt, and that offensive line looks like they're going to get him hurt.
Perhaps. But if he could, I think he had like 100 yards. He had like 400 and some last year, and he only played in 10 games.
You just can't afford to miss like 4 or 5 games.
So if he is able to play most of the season, that's a lock. Absolutely. It's like 524.
Agreed. It's just like, all right, let's say he plays 13 games.
Yeah.
Does he still get it?
I think so, yeah.
Probably. It's just you got to avoid the 10-game season.
Yeah, I like it. And anyway, you know, PointsBet Sportsbook is counting down the days until a football season. Like I said, college football literally starts this weekend. I can't wait. Anyone tuning into Illinois and Wyoming for week 0, that is going to be a barn burner. But anyway, football season with a new offer every day. PointsBet has a new offer every day until the season kicks off. From now until September 8th, PointsBet Power Hour will unlock a new daily offer from 12 to 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. Sean got a free $5 bet from PointsBet today to bet on soccer, and he won. And he didn't even have to use any of his own money. It was all from the Power Hour. It was awesome.
Really?
Yeah, we talked about it on CHGO Bets Daily today. You should go check it out. Sign up for PointsBet now using code CHGO to also get risk-free bets up to $2,000. Don't miss out on your chance to get daily access to free bets, boosted odds, and so much more now through September 8th. But that's not it. If you make a 51 or more first-time deposit, receive a free CHGO membership, which unlocks all of our web content. You even get a free shirt of your choice from the CHGO locker. Download the PointsBet app today and use code CHGO to take advantage of this limited time offer. Don't just bet, live your bet life with PointsBet. If you're someone you know has a gambling problem, wants help, call Win and Her Gambler for crisis counseling and referral services. And also, if you use that code, I'm pretty sure you get that White Sox gear that we've all been promoting the last day or two.
Yeah.
So
if you're a Sox fan, trolling us on the Cubs pod, check it. Or
if you just have Sox friends.
Give it to your friend who's a Sox fan. We're all one city. Right. So you met one of your heroes today.
Is he one of my heroes?
Autographed, signed photo right there.
Right there.
Mr. Morel. Describe the experience. By the way, if you haven't seen the social account here at CHGO on Twitter, I think we put it out. It's this same picture, and then it's Michael Scott on The Office. And
with a mullet.
You feel free to retweet that with whatever you think the caption should have been or what Cody might have said to him. My first reaction was he was probably saying to him, "Hi, my name's Cody. I'm here for the gambling counseling." And he was like, no, I'm Christopher Morel.
Anyway.
Was he cool?
He was a cool
Good
dude.
time?
I mean, I didn't like stand in there and try to have a conversation with him, but I did tell him, hey, you hit your first career homer on my birthday. It was a cool moment. It was kind of special to me. And then I said, I was like, I'm 31 years old, and that's weird to be telling someone who's 23 and younger and like, nowhere really close to my age, but just roll with it because I just want to remember this as a fun moment. And he laughed and like thought it was cool. I unfortunately did not, bring up CHGO to him and
Nothing.
I should have. Like I just didn't like the line was long, Stucky, and like I just he's doing everything out of the kindness of his heart and all that.
Might be getting a little,
Yeah, that's true.
I have a question though.
I should have
the
again.
first thing I wondered, and I'm sure I know the answer to this, but we know that his love language, as they say, is hugging.
Yeah.
There were no hugs? You didn't get a hug?
We did.
You didn't get a bro embrace?
We did I did we went to handshake. If you see the picture on Twitter, I did the handshake and then I put my other arm like around his shoulder a little bit, and came in a little bit.
Right, like almost.
Yeah,
You didn't pull though. You didn't pull. It was more of a pat.
Yeah, like hey man, I'm like a big fan. Like you've been fun to watch this year. Blah blah blah. And yeah, man, he was just super nice. So
Interesting. Now, was it a full man handshake, or did anybody short shake? Because there's nothing worse when you accidentally short shake.
No,
it was somebody reaches part way and they grab your fingers and you're doing awkward.
It was full on handshake, and I made some memes out of it. I think it should I made a meme that has the text is right under our handshake and just says vibes.
Right, and then
he's the vibes guy, and you said
you
that
should have
I'm
said
the
to
vibes
him
guy.
"Hi, my name's Cody. I'm in charge of vibes at work too."
Yeah. I should have. I wish
So
I would have said
we have that in
that.
common. We're both in charge of vibes at work.
Yes. I should have said that. Yeah.
What do you think of my drip?
You're right.
I should ask him.
I wore these shoes too and everything. I can't believe
the shoes match the shirt.
Yeah.
Match the hat.
Right. It's all good. I'm
All
sure
right.
there'll be another opportunity, and hopefully, and Ryan Herrera should be like the guy that's doing this because he's at the ballpark every day.
Setting up our meet and greets.
Yeah, I went as a fan today.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I know I'm the fan guy on our show, but I don't know.
But he threw out. He knows you now.
Right. I think he would take Ryan a little bit more seriously. You know what I mean? Because he doesn't.
As far as getting him on the podcast.
Yeah. As far as getting him on the podcast, because he doesn't know.
I was gonna say we should have him do signings of CHGO gear somewhere.
There you go. Yeah. Hey,
Chicago, what do you say?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Hey, Christopher, here's some free pizzas.
That said, I did meet a guy from the UK in line to go in.
Yeah.
And he wasn't
another UK Cubs fan.
He was not part of the UK Cubs fan
Come on.
Twitter fan group or whatever.
Did you tell him about it?
Well, so Rachel and our buddy Ron were 5 people behind me, and we were in line for a little bit, and I was just I don't know. I just started casual conversation with the guy because I got tired of standing there being quiet, and I was just like, "Hey, where you from? Whatever." And he said where he was, and then he had the British accent, and I was like, "Oh, are you from the UK?"
What are the odds of that?
And he's like, "Yeah, I'm actually moving back." And because of work or something, and then I was like, oh, well, do you follow the UK Cubs fans group on or page on Twitter?
Yeah.
And he was like, no, I don't. I did hear about them coming here or whatever because it just came up on my Twitter feed the other day. And then he said he followed them. And then I was like, well, Rachel's right behind you, over here, and she's like the president of the fan club basically. And so, yeah, he eventually, I told him about CHGO after, and then he subscribed, and I think he probably followed all of us. So I forgot his name.
It was worth it.
Yeah, I forgot his name, but shout out to you, man, if you're watching.
Once again,
yeah,
CHGO Cubs, the first international account.
Yeah, I don't care what anyone at DMVR, PHNX say, or the Blackhawks guy.
We're so international. We're out there in the space station.
Absolutely.
We're everywhere. All right, let's look at the Cubs lineup. Today, it's Madrigal leading off. Contreras, Happ, Suzuki, Reyes. Excuse me.
Are you gonna live, Stuckey?
I'm going out.
This is not how I envisioned it.
Reyes, Horner, Velasquez, Higgins. It's too damn hot in here.
Stuckey's gonna croak. I shouldn't be laughing, guys.
What
is going on?
By the way, Joey hasn't even blinked. I could be dead on this chair over here.
Stuckey, I know you're good. No, I'm keeping an eye out for you.
Kevin's over there just working away.
Yeah.
I could have had a
He's
grabber
getting ready
right
for
here.
the softball game.
Jack R says best lineup of the year.
I feel like I've said that maybe like 4 or 5 times throughout the season, but I do like this lineup.
You know what? You know what I like about it? I didn't know who to take for who you got.
Yeah.
That's a long time since you could say that, because the first half of the season you were just like, well, it's Contreras, it's Happ, or it's Horner, or Suzuki.
Yeah. I like this lineup because it's all full of guys that at least we're watching in terms of, like, we need to see progression. Are they going to be part of next year's team? Wisdom's not in there, but I still include him part of that anyway. We've seen a large sample size of that last year and a half, whatever. Higgins has been playing well. I know a lot of people have been begging for him to play more. For me, fine, whatever. And I think he's okay at first. So that's fine. And I love seeing Velasquez in there, man. Like, I know it's because Jordan Montgomery's a lefty, and I know that's the only, he's like, tomorrow they're going to throw 2 righties probably, and he's not going to play, and I'm going to be pissed off about it. But who knows? Maybe he hits like 3 homers tonight, and that forces him to play him. I don't know. But I'm glad
the bigger
to see
question
Velasquez
is, if he hit 2 homers and they throw 2 righties tomorrow, will he play him?
That's what I'm saying.
Right? That'll be a question.
Right. It'll still be a question, but maybe it will force him to play him. I don't know. But yeah, no, I'm excited to see how this group does tonight. Do like Madrigal, Contreras, and Happ the first 3. Suzuki had a good game yesterday.
Yeah.
Saw some Suzuki slander on the Bird app this weekend.
Really?
And then especially on Saturday, and then Sunday, a double, a homer.
It stopped.
Yeah,
briefly.
It stopped briefly. So I'm hoping he builds off it. Need to see him finish strong, because he came back from injury, remember, and he was hot for a week.
Real hot.
And since then he's just been kind of mediocre. So we just need a last good month and a half. We'll see what happens. So yeah. And also Nico right there in the middle of the lineup. Love to see it.
I'm curious what Drew Smyly will be like tonight. I mean, he's been
good.
He's been very good.
Like,
and it's
so
so
good
unfortunate because that's why they signed him.
Right.
And they could have flipped him, and they could have definitely picked up some pieces for him that would have been good. And it's just one of those baseball things. It's a bummer. But now I don't know what you do with the guy, but I wouldn't mind seeing him back if he's going to pitch like this.
Yeah. Yeah, as a depth piece, you know what I mean? Especially because Wade Miley just keeps having these setbacks. Like, he has a mutual option, so the Cubs could, and it's not like he's gonna cost you any money. You know what I mean? Like, that's the biggest reason to me is like he's not gonna cost a ton of money. Now he's pitched so well that maybe he wants to opt out or whatever and test the market. Sure, if he wants to. I'm just,
Yeah, I'm not going to overpay the guy. But.
Right. And that's fine because obviously the Cubs have some guys and they can find another Drew Smyly type on the market too for the same price. So, yeah. But, it is disappointing that they couldn't move him because of the injury. But, yeah, I mean, as far as just eating innings, getting through the rest of the season, and giving that bullpen more looks in high leverage spots, that's kind of what his thing is.
His role is to not burn them out with 5 games coming up here in 4 days.
For sure, definitely, especially with that offense that they got. So,
Marcus says, Cody, the Twitter chat was good yesterday. Did you have another one of those?
Yeah, we did. I did a space last night after I got home from the game. Did you know I went to the game yesterday?
I saw a picture of you out there. It's saying you were solo or something.
I was solo. I did go to the game solo yesterday, and it was so much fun. Have you ever gone to a game by yourself?
I've gone on a vacation by myself, which was a great experience, actually.
Yeah?
Because you can go do all the stuff you want to do.
Right. That's cool. I need to do that. Don't tell my girlfriend I said that.
No, it's great. Like, whatever restaurant you want to go to, you go out when you want to go out, go to sleep when you want to go to sleep.
Okay.
It's not a bad idea.
That's not a bad idea. But, yeah, I went to the game yesterday, sat in left field. We were vibing. It was Actually, there weren't as many people there yesterday because there was rain beginning of the day, and then I guess maybe some people just kind of didn't want to test it.
Yeah.
And I had a whole row to myself.
Really?
Yeah. For a great, like, the weather was great yesterday. I had a great time. Yeah.
You thought you were alone, but the bots were probably with you because they've returned to the chat.
Yeah, the bots are always here.
Let's hit who you got.
Who you got?
Because I've been wronged in this, as we talked about in Friday's podcast, but I am going with Mr. Nico Horner. Had a day off, right?
Nico Horner.
Thinking he's going to be a little rested, feeling good.
Yeah.
I almost went Madrigal. That was my first thought, and then of course Ryan
Ryan's
jumped
going
right
Madrigal.
in on that. Yeah.
I'm surprised Ryan just isn't picking Madrigal every single time at this point.
I mean, he's
been
number
picking him
one
the
in the
most.
Nick Madrigal fan club.
He definitely is. It's definitely a short king energy.
Yep. And then you're going Happer?
Yeah. Happ got his 100th career homer yesterday. He mashes off left-handed pitching this year. He's been killing it as a right-handed hitter.
You're right. That is true.
So
Maybe I should switch.
There's no switching stuff.
Oh.
You put it in. You can't. We're not letting you. You're not Maverick today. Well, you are, but you're not. So yeah, I'm rolling with Happer. He's batting third.
All right,
Got a good chance to drive some runs in.
Let's see what happens. Nick G's asking, here's the thing, does Joey still have Hayward? And everybody wants to know that. And
Yeah.
Joey was talking before we started the show about the possibility of changing up Hayward because he feels bad that he has never won.
I'll take the mic here for a second. Yeah, it's sad for me. I was really hoping to make it the whole season, selecting Hayward every time, but it has become apparent that I will end the season with no wins if that is the case.
Yep.
Therefore, I will make a new holding selection, which will be announced tomorrow, because I got to clear it with the CHGO guys. I got to make sure, if I'm busy doing producer stuff, I got to make sure that my guy is taken, no questions asked. So they got to make sure it's a guy that nobody's going to be interested in taking. I'll run it by them, and then I will be on the leaderboard by the end of the season.
So some possibilities. Jan Gomes, P.J. Higgins,
Mark Leiter Jr.
Rafael Ortega.
I would love to hear some
Ruck Dog.
Yeah, Mark Leiter Jr. is
You could
definitely
be like
one I'm
Jack
considering.
and just continue to take Daniel Norris even though he's not here.
That's basically what I've been doing.
That's what he's been
so
doing.
if you guys have any suggestions for me, I would love them right now.
Yeah, what Joey's looking for is a guy that when he does win, Joey then that one day is going to be like, I told you guys, that was my guy all along.
Absolutely.
That's what we're running into.
In a way, I kind of want Joey to have that moment because we let Luke/Maverick have that moment on Friday. So everyone deserves their moment at some
Who's
point.
Luke?
Exactly.
I only respond to Maverick.
He only responds to Maverick, of course.
All right. Cubs, Cardinals, 5 straight games. We'll try to get through it. We'll be here for the post-game show right here at CHGO. Hope you'll, again, pound the like button on the old YouTube.
Matthew says Kerwin Castro. There you go.
That's a good one.
Wait, who's the guy that's coming up and pitching on tomorrow?
Assad.
Javier.
We'll see how Assad performs tomorrow. He's a candidate. He's a candidate,
I
all
don't
right?
think you're allowed to take the picture.
If he throws a great game
I don't think
tomorrow,
I'm
people
gonna
are going to start calling him Javi.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to approve that.
Yeah.
We'll see you on the post-game show. Thanks for checking out the CHGO Cubs pregame show presented by PointsBet. We'll see you afterwards. Fly the W.